Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. You're not gonna have my model up today because I just want to get this. This is just gonna be a guide, it's not gonna be, to show me or anything. But this is the 100% Silksong guide. We're gonna be starting it. Act 1 Farlam. Now a lot of people have probably already started other guides, but from the guides that I have seen haven't really shown absolutely everything. So, you know, and people are still always finding stuff, so there's never gonna be like, until someone actually 100%s the game, it's gonna take a while for like actual good guides to start appearing. So this is Hornet. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, it's a great game. But starting off, we are going to go to the right here, which is going to be our first secret room. A little couple shards here. Should be around 20, yeah. And so the first thing that most people miss is that there's actually a second room up here with this little guy. Right? And so you hit him about, well, you could hit him about 4 times. And then you can go back up, hit him again. Should die by now. Yep. Go. And so once he dies, you will pick up the beast shard. Really, it's not, did he do 3 health to me? That's crazy. It's not really that important right now because shell shards are the most abundant in this game. But from there, you will just continue left through all these walls. And you find your first enemy. The little guy, I don't really know what their names are. Eventually you will get the hunter's manual to know what their names are. And so from here you will drop down into the water and it'll be our second secret area. Just continue left and you'll find this with another little guy here. And then up here you'll find more shell shards. Another guy. Again, the shell shards aren't really that important because we find so many of them that it's not. The rosaries are what's really important. So we continue right, kill these guys. Then we can kill these guys because we're gonna go up in a second. And if you fall, you'll fall onto them and take some damage, but... And from here you go up, and we're going to parkour over here to get one of... So far I've only found 5. One of 5 moss berries, which we will need 3 for a quest coming up. And we're just going to start it with the period cramps. We're going to keep going. So another thing that I haven't seen anyone mention is that coming up there's going to be another hidden room that no one's really gone to, which gives around like 50 rosaries, which is pretty good for starting. From here it's going to like prompt you to look down. If it's your first playthrough, you go jump down here, and we should be a rosary string. Yeah, afraid rosary string. Then just back up with full hops. Now I saw that there's already someone trying to task the game, which is pretty funny. But yeah, just keep going through. Kill all the enemies if you want. For the challenges of like killing all the enemies, I think it's gonna happen naturally, to be honest. Just going through and fighting everything. Or if not, we'll go back and farm everything. I still myself haven't even beat the game, but I am in Act 2 now, so I think I could start getting everything. But first things first, we are going to... I was kind of deciding whether I should come back, drop down here, and you find this thing. I was wondering what I should do. Like, should I go like thoroughly through and find every little thing, or should I try and get the abilities as fast as possible so that it'll make the traversal faster? And so while I was thinking There's another boss berry up here. Let me finish my thought real quick though. Well, I was thinking it'd probably be better to just find all the abilities and then go back when you have the time. So that's what I'm gonna do. And here, this little guy is gonna be our little friend here. To get the moss berry, you can't jump high enough, so we are going to pogo off of him and then hit straight up, and that's our second moss berry. And don't worry, if you kill him, you can walk out and walk back in. He should be back. Yeah, there he is. You just retry as many times as you want. And so, head up here. Now, here's the second thing that people miss. Jump down here, keep to the left, and there's a secret room here. With another couple mines. And here, there's going to be 2 more little guys here. We'll kill them. Head up here, and this whole chest is full of rosaries, which will give us about 20 something, 30. It gives us about 30, which is pretty good, especially for beginning. You know, we want as many as we can for before we meet Chakra, so that we can buy all the stuff there. We're going to want the 2 maps, the quill and the compass. They're going to be the most important things to buy. And don't worry if you don't have exactly the same amount of rosaries as me. You can always farm some rosaries. I myself don't know many good farming spots, but I will try and let you guys know what has worked for me. This guy's gonna follow us all the way. So now finally we can jump over across. We could have probably come back with the Mantis Claw, but I think it's fine. We're already here. It's not that crazy. Purity Cramps are back. And we're going to find our first bench. This bench is going to be where we can rest before the first boss fight. The Moss Mother. Alright, Hornet. Pick it up. There you go. Sit down, rest, get your health back, take a breather. And now we are going to fight the first boss, the Moss Mother. This boss is fairly easy. It is basically the tutorial boss like the Grub Mother? Fly Mother? Whatever she was called in Hollow Knight. So she just has that one main swooping move, and that one where she hits the roof to hit the rocks. And so, let's see, pretty simple. Most bosses will have that, where they kind of stun there. And so, for Silksong, for 100%, you are going to have to play the game 2 times, at least, because you have to 100% it on the main playthrough, and you have to 100% it, I think you have to 100% it in the Steel Soul version. Which the Steel Soul version is, you cannot die, so, yeah, that one's probably going to take me a while. And here, finally, we're going to die and get smacked awake by a little grandma. Garama. And down she goes. And so the very first thing we're going to do is head straight to Chakra. We're going to skip basically everything. I'm going to tell you who to talk to and all that stuff. But other than that, we're going to skip most of the enemies and stuff. Just to get the abilities. We're only going to fight main bosses. Up until we get the Needle-In ability. And once we get the Needle-In ability, we'll come back and do a lot of stuff. There's our first objective, the Great Citadel, which will be the end of Act 1 and the start of Act 2, which is what I actually just made it there, so I can't say much about that. And so just talk to her until she stops talking, until her dialogue's gone, which should be few, yeah. And then on to probably one of the best shots here in Moss Head. Little bugs flying up, really nice. So just continue on. We're going to get to the village. Do not drop down there. That takes you all the way back to the beginning, which I have fallen all the way down to the beginning. Bone Bottom. Now here's another little bench. This little guy called the Little Pilgrim, our little friend. Once again, talk to everybody here. Exhaust all their dialogue. Rest here. Rest as long as you want is the final dialogue. Head into... These are now called the Bell Stations. They are no longer called Stag Stations. And talk to the Fearful Pilgrim. Miyasa. Yeah, a lot of them have funny voices. Once you talk to him, just head back out. Shopkeeper, we're not going to buy anything from her, but she does have very good stuff. She has the magnetic brooch, a mask shard, a grass medal, and simple key, which we will eventually buy all 4 of them. And now finally speak to Flick. Flick will build this wish well so that we can get quests and stuff and all that. Up top, there's nothing up top, so there's no really reason to head over there. And so now here you will meet another little character, one of the best, Sherma. Talk to her, exhaust her dialogue, listen to her music, whatever you want. It's very, very cute. She thinks that clicking those metal sticks together will open the door. Which, in her mind, it does because we head around and open it for her. Oh, yeah. My platforming's still not the greatest, even though this is my 3rd playthrough of the game. Okay, and so these are a couple of the enemies. Right now, all we're getting is there's no reason to drop down there. It just loops around. It's kind of useless. But yeah, there's really no reason to be getting shell shards yet, or at least at the moment, there's no real reason for them. Here is enemy, big enemy. Easily beat him with 6 hits. Most of these enemies die with 3, but he dies with 6. You can't go up there yet. And before we go anywhere, open this door here to head into this room. Now these are gonna fall, so be pretty fast. And here are our first actual rosaries. Get a couple here. Get a lot here. Now we're up to 90, which is pretty good. It's not enough to get both maps yet, but it is pretty good. Almost messed up. Now finally, we'll find another new enemy. Again, it dies with just 3 hits. Before we head down here finally to a kind of boss arena. You're fighting a lot of enemies here. Watch out for this guy. Okay. We got little guys down here. And 2 more are gonna spawn up top. And now the big guy here. And once they die, left and down will open. Left is really leads to nowhere, so we're just gonna drop straight down. It just loops back around. And finally we'll open the door here for Sherma. Oh yeah. And we'll talk to her again. She's happy that her prayers opened the gate. It was nice. And so then she will move on to the next area. Which, the first time, I missed where she went. I really had no clue where she went. But I have now figured out where she went. And so we won't miss her the second time. Okay, now we're up to a lot of rosaries here. We're up to 133. Now we can buy this, which we will. This is another bench. You can choose to buy, you can choose to either follow me, the stuff that I buy, or you can, you know, buy the stuff you want. It's fine. I don't think, there might be an achievement for all the benches, but I have not confirmed that yet. Now we are in the 3rd area, the Morrow, or this is the 2nd area, which is called the Morrow. We're going to head to the right. Another little guy. We cannot head to the right yet. It's blocked off from us. We just... Where do I go from here? My notes. Bone bottom. You continue left. Okay, so from here you continue left, and this is another new enemy type. These flying guys here. And just standing on here will unlock this shortcut, which takes you back up here. Another big guy. Couple more shards. Jump over that hole. And up here is going to be another room. Little skip here. Figured that out. Pretty good. And so we're going to find our first pendant here. To the left. Shard pendant. Which is going to give us extra shards when equipped. You can choose to put that on, but I will put on what I think is best. It just gives you more shards, and at the moment the shards are not that important. I have not needed to open a single shard bundle or shards this entire any of my playthroughs. And now we will make the first right here into this room. There'll be a couple tunnels here before we go up. Another new enemy. These little guys got spikes in their backs. Same guy in here. Now to the right is going to be, I think, another frayed rosary. Yep. Which each frayed rosary gives you 30. I'll let you know when to open them if you have to. There's another secret door here, which will lead to 2 more of these enemies. And a whole lot of rosaries. Now we are up to 130 almost again. So we're almost back to where we were before we bought that bench, which is pretty good, because that is enough to buy everything from Chakra. We're going to head left here. This is going to be the grubs of this game, called the Fleas. This is the Flea Master. Talk to all three of these people here before heading up to the right. Basically, he's going to ask you to find all the fleas for him. You're going to say yes to this wish. There are a lot more than 5, but he's only asking for us to find 5, which is fine. We'll find the 5 periodically throughout here. Another bench, if you want to put on that shell shard thingy pendant, you can. And equip it on like that. So now, every time you kill an enemy, you'll get a couple more shell shards. If you fall down, what is down here? I don't think anything is down here. Yeah, I think this just loops back around. There's nothing there. So from the fleas, you can head up. We can head back up to the previous route, which is just a tall column up over here. There's gonna be a lot of going back and forth until we have our swift step, which is gonna drastically reduce the time that we take to get to places. As well as her float. Her float is gonna be pretty useful. And now here in this room, you are first going to drop down here for another couple rosaries. And now you should have more than enough to buy both the maps from Chakra. Hit this first lever, then head back, jump up, and now take the new path that this is giving you up to hit a second lever, and then you can head down. And that singing is our girl Chakra, the cartographer of this game. Talk to her, and you're going to buy, like I said, the 2 maps, and if you can afford it, the compass is the most important thing. The Mossland maps, which is 40. open the map, you can hold L, and she'll like walk around with a little map in her hands, which is pretty cute. And now you can either buy the quill or the compass. I'm going to choose to buy the compass because I like to see where I am on the map. And if you really want to, which I guess we can do it, we can open both of these frayed rosary strings, and now we have enough to buy the quill as well. The bench pins and the markers, we're not going to need them because I know where they all are. Go down to get a couple more rosaries. And so from her, we can go to the left. Head down if you want for some more shards. Most of them end up falling in the spikes anyways. And then down here for some more rosaries. And under here, you see the bench up top, we cannot get that bench just yet. So we'll continue left, drop down here, and we're gonna find some new enemies. Where are the pilgrims? This guy's the funniest guy in this game. Bunch of moaning. Other one. These are all pretty easy enemies, so nothing to worry about with them. Yeah, another flying enemy up here. Tag him a bit. Get these rosaries. And kill him. Most of these enemies are 3 hits anyways, so they're all pretty easy. Then head up to the right, where you'll find 2 more enemies. And continue to unlock that bench that we had seen before. If you don't want to use those 2 frayed rosaries, as you can see we're already at 70 rosaries again. So you can go into that room and kill those enemies, then go buy the thing. On this bench we are going to take off the shard pendant and put on the compass so that we can actually see ourselves on the map. And now we can see all the stuff that we've unlocked on the map. Every time that you sit on a bench, Hornet is going to fill in the stuff that you have seen. So, pretty good. So now here is going to be the boss. Little Bell here. We call him Bello. That is the Bell Beast, which is, I think, our first achievement. But before we do that, we still have a long ways to go. In this room, we will meet another new enemy, this guy who spits at us. This is pretty easy to deal with. Just get close, let the poison spit over you, and kill him like that. Keep going for one more enemy. And now make your way back up so that you can fight that guy. Watch out for this first spit. He's going to fall. And just make quick work of him. There you go. Now this is locked by that lever. However, we're going to do this a little differently. Usually I would unlock that lever and head down and do a bunch of stuff, but we're going to be focusing on the abilities first. So instead of, you can hit this lever and then head up. To the right here are a couple rosaries. I like to stand a little bit away so that if they do decide to roll away, like that one, you can catch them before they do so. Honestly, it doesn't matter, you'll get most of your rosaries from enemies anyways. On the left here is going to be a secret path. Watch out for those spikes. And we're going to go to the right. The secret path is going to lead to another pickup. So let's go there real quick. Going to be another frayed rosary. Now, Coral Commandment. That will be useful for a merchant a lot later in the game. Also, there's another pickup up there. Keep going to the right, and you will see this. Read it if you want. A little bit of lore of Farlam. Although I don't know what it means exactly. Keep going to the right, and you will see another couple strings there. Follow this path up to the right until you see these guys. Kill them and collect these rosaries. And from here, we will get our first ability, the Silk Spear, which will be very useful for us. We will be able to open those walls that the walls of silk that we have not been able to open. Found the silk skill. And so that silk, so this is a new thing. The silk skills is going to be another equipable thing. There are different moves that you can have. From there we go to the left, hop across here, and use it here on this to open this wall. Trap will kill that guy. And now we have another Frayed Rosary. Open this shortcut. Now we can head to the left here. Again. Get past these enemies one more time. And now take the bottom path to open this one. And here we can go, where are we heading? Down? No, not down. We will come back and find and get all this stuff later. From here we are going to the bench and we are going to talk to the druid. We're going to grab his wish. Or her wish. I have a feeling most of these characters are women anyways. From their voices. And so you're going to promise the wish, and so she is going to ask for the moss berries, which we have 2 of. If you can see here, we have 2 of the 3 moss berries we need. There are 5 here in Moss Home, but the fastest and third one is straight down and to the right here into the secret room. We will find this little guy who is holding the 3rd and final moss berry we need. And now we can head back to the left. The wish is updated. And we can immediately go back to the druid and get her a little thing. Turn in the wish, and she will give you the druid's eye. She'll do a little bit of dark black magic and create the druid's eye. Now she does become a kind of merchant after this, where you can deliver her more moss berries for 30 rosaries each, I believe. Other than that, I have not seen any other use for the moss berries. So that might be a good thing or a bad thing. So we're going to sit at the bench, equip the druid's eye. Here you can see that the silk spear is actually equipable, which we will leave equipped. And now we can head back to the Bell Beast, which the Bell Beast will be back. I think we can get faster there, down here. Nothing really in this room, just that guy. A couple rosaries up here. And now drop down and head to the right. Now, a couple tips for the Bell Beast. He will have 3 main moves. One where he comes out of the ground and throws bells. One where he jumps right over you. And one where he comes up and crawls and you have to jump over him. So, it's pretty easy. Nothing to worry about. They're pretty telegraphed. This one he's just going to come straight at us, so we can jump on him once. This one he's jumping over us. Hit him 3 times before he goes under. The difficulty of this game comes from the amount of damage each enemy does. Most enemies in this game do 2 hearts of damage, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. And here's the 3rd move. Jump over these bells. You can dodge where he comes up. And so after you do enough damage to him, he will do a second sort of phase. There you go, there's a second phase. Where now a bunch of bells are going to start coming down from the roof. They only bounce once, but they have a hitbox the entire time, so just watch out for them. So he's going to go this way again. And now every time he comes up from the ground, a bell is going to fall. It's still very easy, one of the easier bosses in this game. Just take it slow, and this boss should be easy. There should not be any problems beating him. And so, once you do successfully beat the Bell Beast, you will grab a little silk cocoon that he makes up top and be teleported to a, I guess, spider world. Once you gain control, just head up to the top and you will be teleported back. And now be best friends with our little guy called Bello. Don't worry if you fall, they do come back. Just make your way up. And touch the little silk balloon at the top. Now you have the command. Now you have Silk Heart, which now you will have one guaranteed Silk Spool every time that you die or heal. You can see the top left. We just got one Silk Spool, and that is going to be a normal thing from the rest of the game. Now here we can call Bello. These are going to be the normal bell stations, and this is the very first one we have. Now here's our best friend. Feel free to pet him all you want. He loves it. And now head to the right, to our next area, which is going to be the Morrow, I believe, or the Deep Docks, one of the two. Now this is one of 5 bells that we need for Act 1 to get into the Citadel. I will be showing you where all 5 are, just follow along and enjoy as we continue. But that will be the end of the first walkthrough part. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2, hopefully tomorrow. Later.